Hello everyone and welcome to my GH Metru official channel. Joss vs Cyrus, Saving Lucky, Dante's Wish, Stella's Dilemma. General Hospital teasers indicate that a preview clip has been posted for Thursday, February 20th, 2025. It depicts Jocelyn Jacks battling Cyrus Renaud. Elizabeth Liz Baldwin attempts to save Lucky Spencer. Dante Falconeri opens up to Lulu Spencer. Stella Henry is also confronted with a potential moral problem. Continue reading to learn more about what will happen in today's episode of ABC soap drama. Jocelyn Jacks vs Cyrus Renaud. On Thursday, February 20th, fans will see Jocelyn in yet another risky predicament. Cyrus headed to his cabin immediately following Lucky's syringe attack. Cyrus is taken aback when he sees an uninvited visitor in the doorway. That is when Jocelyn will find herself in serious peril. Saving Lucky Spencer. While Jocelyn confronts Cyrus, Lucky collapses after being struck by Cyrus' syringe. Liz was already on the phone with 911 when Cyrus and Lucky began brawling. However, when Liz returns, Lucky has a needle stuck in his leg. Cyrus flees, and Lucky collapses. Liz gets down on the ground and furiously attempts CPR. So, Lucky is the patient that Portia Robinson and Isaiah Gannon hope to save later this week. Dante Falconeri's wish. According to General Hospital teasers, Lulu and Brooklyn Quartermaine were once again at odds. Dante then informed Lulu about BLQ's fertility issues. In a preview for today's show, Dante will tell Lulu that he wishes she knew Brooklyn as well as he does. However, after Dante discovers BLQ's great secret, he may regret his remarks. Meanwhile, Harrison Chase tells BLQ that it isn't enough, but that's all he can provide. Thursday, February 20th, 2025. Expect Curtis Ashford to ask Stella for a significant favor in the next episode. However, this could place her in a moral quandary. Anna Devane advises Laura Collins and Jordan Ashford. Jason Morgan acknowledges there is only one thing holding him back. Jason wanted to kill Cyrus, but was told not to for Danny Morgan's sake. Of course, Jason is unlikely to pursue Cyrus, but the villain is sure to die nonetheless. Jason could be facing a whole new set of difficulties as a result of his public threats. Also, Drew Kane Quartermaine makes another significant move with Willow Tate Corinthos. Cyrus killing spree, Lucky dying, Jason dilemma, and Drew's delusional. The General Hospital spoilers for Thursday, February 20th, 2025 are here. Fans may expect Cyrus Renaud to face another antagonist in tomorrow's episode. Can Lucky Spencer be saved? Meanwhile, Jordan Ashford strategizes. Brooklyn Quartermaine confronts her worries. Continue reading to learn more about what will happen in the next episode of ABC's soap opera. Cyrus Renaud's killing spree. In the upcoming episode, Jocelyn Jacks will face Cyrus. After stabbing Lucky with a needle, the serial killer escaped to his cabin. However, Cyrus did not anticipate any company. So what happens when Cyrus confronts Jocelyn? Will the villain assault the young college student? Lucky Spencer's fate. What will happen to Lucky now? It is said that Portia Robinson and Isaiah Gannon labor tirelessly to preserve a life. Lucky may have lost his life after being stabbed in the leg. Fortunately, Elizabeth Liz Baldwin started doing everything she could to keep Lucky alive until the paramedics arrived. Jordan Ashford strategizes. General Hospital spoilers for Thursday, February 20th show Jordan and Laura Collins strategizing with Anna Devane. Laura and Jordan sit on chairs across from Anna in the mayor's office. Anna tells Laura and Jordan that this is absolutely something the police department should look into. This prompts Jason Morgan to make a major decision. Jason debates if he should kill Cyrus. Speaking to a gravestone, most likely Sam McCall's, Jason acknowledges that just one thing is holding him back. That was most likely the warning Jason received about the consequences of killing Cyrus for Danny Morgan. At the same time, Cyrus would not have been able to attack Lucky had the police gotten the arrest warrant in a timely manner. Thursday, February 20th, 2025. Harrison Chase also has some conflict in the bedroom with Brooklyn. It is also hinted that BLQ will eventually face her anxieties. Dante Falconeri also tells Lulu Spencer that he wishes she understood the BLQ as well as he does. Curtis Ashford is asking Stella Henry a significant favor at the Savoy. Elsewhere, Drew Kane Quartermain asks Willow Tate Corinthos if she desires the same thing he does. Chase makes a big reveal, Drew is evicted, and Cyrus strikes again and again. Valentine's Day continues on today's episode of General Hospital. Let's get straight into the recap. Carly Spencer and Jack Brennan mark their momentous evening with the same champagne they enjoyed in Germany. They kiss when Donna phones Carly from upstairs. Carly brings her downstairs, and Jack explains what happened, and they bond briefly. Donna eventually says goodnight, and Carly takes her back to bed as Jack receives a text. When she returns, he tells her that duty beckons and gives her one last kiss before departing. Emma reads the room wrong as usual. Jocelyn Jacks is holding down the fort at Bobby's when Gio Palmieri and Emma Drake come in for coffee. Emma wants to ask Joss for assistance with her animal cruelty organization and is angry when Joss moves away to deal with clients. Gio advises her to relax and return to the point. Joss claims she doesn't have time to help because she is going through a lot, but she will contribute, to which Emma responds angrily. Joss informs her that she may be able to help more in the future, and Emma continues to lean in on Joss's willingness to give time rather than money. Joss adds $100, but Emma is still dissatisfied. Gio and Emma agree that they enjoy one another's company. General Hospital recap February 19th, Chase's big reveal, Drew's eviction, and Cyrus strikes again. Chase and Brooklyn's life is not so perfect. Harrison Chase and Dante Falconeri run into each other outside of Bobby's and enter together. They discuss about Chase taking the stage at the Savoy and singing to his wife. He then tells Dante that he can't get Brooklyn pregnant. Dante points out that there are several ways to start a family and that they may decide to take a different approach to having children in the future. Meanwhile, Lulu Spencer is on the phone at Deception when Brooklyn Quartermain rushes into the office to take the call herself. Then start a fight because Lulu had no problem spoiling BLQ's Valentine's Day. Lulu doesn't understand why Brooklyn isn't concerned about the customer on the phone cursing at her. BLQ adds she doesn't want people yelling at her either. The two clash because Lulu isn't paying enough attention to figure out who does what at Deception or who manages what. Lulu then goes personal, telling BLQ that she plans to have the perfect life with the perfect husband and children in the near future. That's when Dante enters the office and breaks up the fight. BLQ exits, and Dante tells Lulu to be kind with her boss. Lulu demands to know why she should, and Dante informs her that Brooklyn and Chase recently discovered that they are unable to have children. General Hospital recap February 19th, Chase's big reveal, Drew's eviction, and Cyrus strikes again. Drew is kicked out of the Savoy, and Willow finds her new home. Curtis Ashford and Portia Robinson are celebrating their successful night at the Savoy when they notice Drew Quartermain and Willow Corinthos enter. Curtis believes it is a rude power maneuver on Drew's part. Drew and Willow sit and notice Brad Cooper, Perry Shin, and Lucas Spencer sitting nearby. The boys also see Willow on a date with her husband's uncle. Curtis approaches the bartender and instructs them not to serve Drew. He then approaches Drew and begs him to go. Drew returns to Willow and informs her that there has been a change of plans and they will be departing. He takes her to the house he recently purchased, and Willow believes it's an ideal home for Scout. Drew then says that he believes it's ideal for her and their children. He invites Willow to move in, and she is astonished. General Hospital recap February 19th, Chase's big reveal, Drew's eviction, and Cyrus strikes again. Cyrus' next victim. Elizabeth Baldwin discovers Cyrus Renault at her front door following a romantic Valentine's Day moment with Lucky Spencer. He asks if he may come in to talk something important, and when she attempts to close the door, he puts his foot in it. He storms into her living room and declares that he will give her the opportunity to ask him everything she wants to know directly to his face. She learns he isn't leaving and enters, questioning why Cyrus attempted to kill Lulu. He explains that just because someone can be kept alive does not imply that they should. He reveals that he wants to release Lulu from this existence and show her the beauty of what comes next. Liz pretends to grasp his argument as he speaks, so he believes she is an ally. He reveals that Lulu's liver failed because he gave her the incorrect medication. He believed he was doing the Lord's job by bringing Lulu out of her coma, and Sam's liver donation stood in the way. He used digitalis on her, which revealed which medicine he should use to complete his work. Cyrus claims that Sam's death is a consequence. Liz then inquires about Dex Heller and why he had to die. He claims that Dex was a witness and saw Cyrus with Sam, therefore he had to get rid of him so that his mission could proceed. He also wished to release Michael Corinthos from his third-degree burns. Liz says she recognizes that he is practicing a different type of healing. Cyrus attempts to inject her with digitalis as Lucky bursts through the front door. Liz escapes Cyrus as he turns toward Lucky with the needle. The two fight, and Cyrus injects Lucky in the leg before fleeing. Liz returns to the room to inform Lucky that the cops are on their way, and she notices the needle dangling out of his leg. Willow moves in with Drew, upping the ante for Nina and Carly. According to General Hospital spoilers, Willow Corinthos and Drew Quartermain are on the verge of something great, or so they think. Willow appears to be certain that she cannot rebuild her marriage to Michael Corinthos, and she may be looking for anything to distract herself from the anguish of processing her marriage's loss. When Drew enters the picture with a bright new home complete with a fenced backyard, Willow may find it difficult to resist accepting that distraction from the trash can fire that is her personal life. She desperately wants to return to normal, and if she can't do so with Michael at the cues, she may settle for a new normal with Drew in a new house. This will only make things more difficult for Carly Spencer and Nina Reeves as they attempt to separate these two at the same time that they decide to unite as a family. Think twice. Willow is eager to move forward with Drew, especially now that she believes Nina is on her side and would be more appreciative of her new connection with the congressman. Willow, on the other hand, might be overly hopeful in this situation. Nina has a poor track record of staying out of other people's business. Willow should consider twice before relying on Nina's newfound assistance, especially when it comes to problems of the heart and home. Nina's previous interference may return to haunt this new living arrangement, potentially turning what should be a fresh start into a war for control over Willow's life decisions. Willow does a 180. Nina didn't expect Willow to follow Marty Gray's advice about digging out dirt on Michael. When he offered the preventative action, she felt positively filthy. She was also confident that Marty would not discover anything because Michael is nearly a saint. But, alas and behold, the truth can be an unexpected beast. Willow, who had previously been opposed to any form of deception, may now find herself in a moral conundrum. The facts, whether sensational or merely revealing, could cause Willow to perform a complete 180, rethinking her position on both Michael and her new life with Drew. This twist might either strengthen her desire to move on, or make her reconsider her hasty entry into Drew's embrace. Carly and Nina kick up dust. Carly and Nina are determined to do whatever it takes to get Willow and their grandchildren away from Drew. But does that imply they'll resort to planting evidence of things he didn't do, or even fabricating lies about him and bribing people to support them? They did claim they'd do anything. Could setting the groundwork for a fake affair make Drew appear to be the guilty party she can't possibly trust, or will he find a way to blame the interfering family matriarchs? The air in Port Charles is about to become much dustier as these two outspoken women engage in a war of wills and wits. Will they be able to keep their mutual dislike for one another under control long enough to liberate Willow from the emotional bonds that hold her to Drew? Rick's two-timing backfires, and Ava will hold him and Elizabeth accountable. According to General Hospital spoilers, Rick Lansing is the type of guy who wants it both ways. He's always been that way, so it's no wonder that this tiger hasn't altered his stripes. Rick was intrigued by the prospect of getting close to Elizabeth Baldwin again when he returned to town, but she made it quite plain that he would never have that opportunity. For some reason, he refuses to back down. At the same time, he's been barking up Ava Jerome's tree, and crawling into her bed. These two women will eventually have to put their heads together. Will they band together against Rick or battle each other for him? Old flames fizzle. Rick has been determined to earn his way back into Elizabeth's heart, or at least her bed. So far, he has struck out, but Elizabeth has not fully removed him from her life. In truth, Rick has been seeking for Elizabeth's attention and trust since the first day he returned to the hospital grounds, and she hasn't always refused. She's now reliant on him for favors, the kind that may land her in serious trouble and make her dependent on him if she wants him to preserve her secrets. Nonetheless, we believe Rick will eventually realize Elizabeth has always and will always love Lucky Spencer. New sparks fly. Meanwhile, Rick is scarcely attempting to initiate anything with Ava, and their connection has taken on a life of its own. Snowballing from one dramatic moment to the next, Ava hasn't minded absorbing any attention Rick may throw her way. If we're being honest, she's clearly more into him than he is about her, but that's probably because he's got Elizabeth on his mind, as well as his vendetta against his brother, which he's been using Ava to fuel. Will a relationship develop between these two now that the custody case has been resolved, or will the lack of tension lead Rick to pursue Elizabeth instead? Ava will not take this lying down. Rick is charming Ava every moment he gets, drawing her in just before he's about to chew her up and spit her out. Ava clearly sees no end in sight, but Rick is already attempting to rekindle his relationship with his ex-wife, Elizabeth. His feelings for her appear to have remained consistent over the years, and Ava simply cannot compete with that. However, she will keep him company in the interim to alleviate the anguish of his lonely heart. Ava will not appreciate learning that that is all she was. Will the Jerome Gallerista plot revenge against Rick for manipulating her and taking advantage of her lonely heart? Will she let it go that Elizabeth turned Rick's head away from her? Elizabeth and Lucky's quest for justice. Elizabeth Weber, a dedicated nurse at General Hospital, and her ex-husband, Lucky Spencer, have lately restored their relationship, driven by a common goal to uncover the truth behind a series of strange murders at the hospital and the Turning Woods facility. Their inquiry has led them to accuse Cyrus Renaud, a legendary crime lord with a facade of altruism, of orchestrating these horrible atrocities. Elizabeth and Lucky have been methodically assembling a case against Cyrus, armed with a collection of incriminating evidence such as medical records and eyewitness statements. Their relentless pursuit, however, has not gone unnoticed, with Cyrus becoming increasingly aware of their intrusion into his clandestine operations. Cyrus's retaliation and the unintended victim. Recognizing the threat posed by Elizabeth and Lucky's inquiry, Cyrus Renaud decides to destroy them before they can demolish his empire. His initial strategy is to silence Elizabeth and thereby hamper the probe. However, in a disastrous twist, Lucky intervenes during the assassination attempt, causing him to bear the full of Cyrus' fury. Lucky suffers life-threatening injuries, which not only devastates his loved ones, but also strengthens the community's commitment to resist the ubiquitous threat that Cyrus represents. Impact on the Spencer and Weber families. The brutal assault on Lucky sends shockwaves across the Spencer and Weber families. Laura Collins, Lucky's mother, and Lulu Spencer, his sister, are especially devastated by the news, which is heightened by the idea that their family's safety has been jeopardized. Elizabeth, overcome with shame and anguish, finds herself at a crossroads, caught between her commitment to justice and the need to protect her family from further pain. This episode serves as a catalyst, forcing both families to reconsider their plans and strengthen their defenses against Cyrus's mounting threats. Community response and escalation. The attack on Lucky galvanizes the people of Port Charles, bringing them together in their determination to end Cyrus' reign of evil. Law enforcement agencies step up their operations, while community leaders and residents work together to establish comprehensive solutions for dismantling Cyrus's criminal network. This collective mobilization marks a turning point in Port Charles's continuous battle, as the people comes together to recover their town from the grips of corruption and violence.